Every animator in his heart is a toy nut. Every animator is a child at heart. I mean, I think you have to be in this medium. And so you walk around Pixar, you walk around Disney for that matter, and it's like every desk practically is filled with toys. I remember the moment when I first saw computer animation of any kind. I was working at Disney as an animator on Mickey's Christmas Carol. And two very close friends of mine were working on Tron. And the moment I saw it, it was like, this is it. This is the next step, the next plateau. This is the future. In Tin Toy, I first started developing this notion of a juxtaposition with the audience. It's where you can show them something that they are so familiar with. And then all of a sudden you make them look at it from a different point of view, looking at a cute little baby from a toy's perspective. Now from a toy, that's a monster. We were inspired from Tin Toy with the ideas that we had developed in there of toys being alive, and thought there's a tremendous potential here that we could tap into. So when we came up with the idea for the buddy picture with two toys instead of two humans, the goal was to make Buzz the toy that any boy would just die to have.
He's probably made out of shiny steel and plastic bubbles, and he moves and flies. He got wings, and it's a new tech toy versus one that should be discarded.
He's a classic piece of Americana. He's a piece of American folklore and arts and crafts. He's the old-fashioned, Western, loose-limbed marionette without the strings.
So this is the sequence where Woody and Buzz first meet. And he comes to life.
So would you see that as more of a tilt-up or like an actual?
I think if you take and move the camera up, then you change the perspective.
What they did was they took a line from Turner and Hooch, which was a movie I'd made for Disney, and they actually did have a small piece of computer animation, which was Woody saying the line. And they had, Woody was just in hysterics. His little fists were like pounding all over the place. He dropped down to his knees and was pounding the ground. It was kind of amazing. It fit, you know. If I had come in and seen something that didn't make quite as much sense, I don't know if I'd be doing the movie. But I saw Woody, and he talked like I did, so it all made perfect sense.
Toy Story is essentially, of course, a movie about a spaceman from a far-off galaxy, but he doesn't realize he's a toy. So he comes to in this little boy's world thinking that he is Buzz Lightyear. I've enjoyed it because I've always loved animated films. I've always wondered how the voices get done, and now that I know how they're done, I will never, ever do one of these again.
No, go, just go. I'll catch up.
I was actually acting in there a little bit. There's a whole bunch of, you hated it though.
It's very interesting because in the beginning, Buzz Lightyear was much more superhero-like, much more Dudley Do-Right. And when we started getting Tim in for the recording sessions, he was putting a spin on it that was much more realistic. So we evolved the character, and it's much better to where he is just like a cop. Focused on each toy and looked at the toy, studied the toy, thought about how it was manufactured with quality of plastic, whether it was a cheap toy, whether it was an expensive toy, all these things, and combined these together to draw the personality out of it. You know, Rex, he's a Tyrannosaurus Rex, the most fearsome meat-eating creature ever to walk the earth. But have you seen those pathetic arms that the toys Tyrannosaurus Rexes have? He can't even scratch his nose. So how fearsome can he be? And so for the Tyrannosaurus Rex, we got Wally Shawn to play him.
But what if Andy gets another dinosaur? A mean one. I'll get replaced.
Mr. Potato Head. His facial features fall off. And that's where his personality comes from. I mean, I think you would be mad at the world if your face kept falling off all day. And so Don Rickles was a natural choice. Personally, I think it's casting of the century.
Hey, look, I'm Picasso.
Wait a minute. Let me find the moment.
Oh, we have a Slinky Dog, which is Jim Varney.
I think I got it. Wow.
Ham sits up on the shelf and looks out the window all day. And so he's like a Mr. Know-It-All. And of course, who better to play it than John Ratzenberger from Cheers, who plays Cliff the Mailman.
This is it, Spuds. I'm sure there's not another piggy bank. I mean, what are the odds?
Andy's mother is Laurie Metcalf.
Where was the last
place
place
you
you
left?
left
It's like the classic
Right
mother.
here in the van.
Well, you're just not looking hard enough.
We have a little Bo Peep ceramic lamp, and we have Annie Potts play that.
Don't let it get to you, Woody. I know Andy's excited about Buzz, but you know, he'll always have a special place for you.
I mean, I'm trying so hard to be a lamp, you know?
Feel that. Feel that.
God, all those years in acting school.
It's really hard. It's much harder than I ever anticipated it would be. You have to essentially act full bore, 100%, standing there with headphones on your head.
All right. So the setup of this is you're on kind of a little podium.
Yeah.
Right. This is where
I'm totally in the hands of the directors and the writers on this thing. I'm completely given over to their impetus is what they need.
All right, listen. No one's getting replaced. Now,
They do every line probably 17 times.
What? No, listen. No one's getting replaced. This is Andy we're talking about.
All those 17 ways different.
Listen, hey. No one's getting replaced.
But the end result is you run the gamut from A to Z on whatever the emotion. Like today, I said the word no. I did a riff on just saying no. And I said no every conceivable way.
One of the things that makes Toy Story so unique is the collaboration between traditionally trained artists and animators and these amazing computer geniuses.
To move Woody, I just move the controls. This is his elbow. I can move his elbow up or down. The next one down is the wrist. I can move his wrist however I want him to look. I think if you can actually make it work and read and communicate without any facial expressions, without the use of your face, then you've done a really successful job. So actually what we tried to do is get everything to read just in the acting, the pantomime, and then when you stick the face on, it'll only plus that.
We were like pioneers, and it was so exciting. Every day you would go to work, and there would be like something new on the monitor, on the screen, and you're like, wow, that's great! One of the great moments in Toy Story is the Green Army Man scene. Everybody knows these toys. There's a few, basic characteristics that we had to have. 1, gun barrels always bent. 2, they have the mold flashing, the bits of extra plastic around their head. 3, their feet are attached to the base. So when we were putting Green Army Men in our film, we had to have those 3 things. While all this is going on, Ralph Eggleston and his amazing staff designed all the sets in the film. I mean, we're talking about the neighborhood, the street, the trees, the leaves on the trees, the houses. One of our favorite settings in the film was Sid's room. He's a bad kid of the film. He's sort of like a Dr. Frankenstein of the toy world. We all agreed that Sid was the kind of kid who would grow up to be an animator.
Oh, great idea.
I burned her head the other day with a magnifying glass.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Tried to burn her leg.
With Disney animated films, they're always musicals. And the music in ours, we wanted to be slightly different. Instead of the characters breaking out into song, we have the songs that are written about the emotion of the moment in the film, but it's sung by Randy Newman.
You can't treat it exactly as if it were a real picture. I mean, there's stuff you have to catch, if something happens like that.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good.
That's good.
When we were starting Toy Story, we knew that we would probably be making the first computer animated feature film. When it got animated, it was even more exciting. But nothing prepared us for the step that it took after it got fully rendered. My jaw was on the floor. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And I mean, I directed the movie. I knew what was coming up, and I couldn't believe how amazing it looked.
Disney himself blew audiences' minds when he really took the idea of drawing cartoons and raised it to this true art form. And I think this is the next version of that. And I think that's in the grand Walt Disney tradition.
Everybody's going to notice and talk about the fact this is the very first computer animated feature film. But the computers are just tools. They didn't create this picture. It's the people that created the picture.